But the reality is, this is America. This isn't a world. This isn't the world homeless shelter. And these people are going to have to go back where they came. And that means we're going to have to round them up. We're going to have to put them on an airplane, and we're going to have to send them fucking home. All right. And that's going to be a very hard thing for most Americans to like accept when they're watching it happen, because there's going to be crying, and it's going to be disruptive, and it's going to be emotional. And it's also reality of what needs to happen. I mean, be real. People, look, y'all motherfuckers talked about this and wanted this and rooted for this and cried for this and clapped for this. And y'all bitched about how Trump wanted to build a wall and how it was racist and how, these things were immoral and Trump's a piece of shit and all that. You have AOC at the border crying. She's from New York. You should blame her. Okay. This is the United States of America. This is not the world's dumpster. This is not come here and expect all of us to take care of you. This is a building upon the comment that I made a few shows ago where I talked about Americans being the slaves of the world. All right. We are expected to work our asses off. We are told that if we work our asses off, that we will achieve the American dream. And then they take half of the money that we work our asses off to earn. And then they do things like give it to these people who shouldn't even be here in the first place. And so I'm actually kind of glad that this is happening in New York, because you guys are the guys that vote for this shit. You're the people that come on the internet and trash everybody and call everybody racist and yell at everybody and shame everybody for everything that is common sense that America is supposed to stand for. And now you're getting a taste of your own policies and you don't like it. I actually don't care. It doesn't bother me. I live in the Midwest. I live in Missouri, bro. We got common sense here. All right. This shit doesn't bother me. That's a big problem for you guys, because you guys are assholes and you don't listen to people like us out here who still believe in America and still understand what American culture actually is. American culture is not unity amongst the people of the world. American culture is unity amongst American values and American belief systems. And if you want to come here cool, you go through the process just like my man right here went through, just like my other guy on the team, Syed, went through, and then you become an American citizen. And then when you become an American citizen, you adopt American values, you learn the language, you behave as if you are a part of this country. And that's not what's happening. What's happening is these people are being brought over here, they're being told to come here, they're being shipped here by third world countries, they're emptying prisons in some of these countries and sending those people here. And the Biden administration is allowing it to happen because they want the fucking votes to stay in power. They also want to dilute American culture. They also want to demoralize and deconstruct and destabilize what we have had here for the last 247 years. All right. So that's what this is about. And I don't feel one bit sorry for any of you in New York, because you don't speak up. You don't say the truth. You don't say what's actually going on. And now you're dealing with this and you act like everybody's going to feel sorry for you. I don't feel sorry for you one bit.
No, not at all. And I got two things on this, because, the first thing is people used to come to America to be an American, right? Not for a giant daycare where they're just going to be taken care of, right? They wanted to come, they wanted to learn the language, contribute. They wanted to pay taxes, they wanted to be part of this great nation that was a beacon of light for the entire world because we had freedom. Right. And that's entirely different than what's happening right now. We were the melting pot. People would come. They were part of America because they wanted to be part of America, not just get as much government funding as they could. Right. The second thing that I think is really interesting is I totally agree with you. And sometimes you get your own cooking. Like you vote for terrible people and you get terrible bills, and then guess what? Bad things happen to you. Mm-hmm. I don't actually feel that bad for you. Second thing is he talked about the budget deficit. He's like, oh man, we got this big budget deficit. Well, guess what? Your policies do make a big impact. The tax data for 2020, which is the most recent tax data, $19 billion of annual taxable income left the state of New York for places like Texas and Missouri and Florida. These are people who are the hardworking Americans. They're tired of being taxed to death, regulated to death, have a homeless problem, have poor policies everywhere. They're like, fine, I'll just up and leave. And the thing is, a lot of those people, they don't want to leave. right? Because if you've got family roots there, if you're entrenched in your community, you don't want to leave, but they've made it so bad that they had to leave. Well, when the hardworking Americans leave, the ones who make a lot of money, and then you import people who aren't working but want a lot of government handouts, turns out you have a budget deficit. I mean, I'm not a mathematician, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. And so that's what's happening in New York, whereas states like Florida are flush with cash because they actually have hardworking Americans, right? You know, the Citadel CEO making $500 million a year moved from Chicago to Florida. Well, I bet he pays some taxes, and I bet the Chicago budget is going to be hurting. So the thing is, the nice part is there's a scorecard now, right? You have blue states that are hurting. They can't pay their bills. You see this with California. You talk about Gavin Newsom's track record there, which is gross. Illinois has a real problem because of Chicago. You have places like New York. Well, those states are just going to die, just like these businesses, right? Bad policies get bad results, and then you kind of have to deal with the results. I don't care.
Yeah.
Your thing.
It's natural order, dude.
Yeah.
It's natural reality of how things work. Here, you know, and here's the next thing, just so to put this in your ear. We don't have any politicians with the balls to actually solve the problem. That's a big problem. Okay. If I was in there and I was president, all these people would be deported. I would round them all up because this is what's going to happen. Somebody's going to get in and we're going to have to get somebody in there that doesn't give a fuck. Okay.
Just for a little bit.
Yes. Because these people, these far left progressive people that contribute literally nothing to society at all, okay? They shouldn't even be allowed to vote if they don't pay taxes. Most of them don't pay taxes, but yet we're allowed to have their input on the policies and the direction of the country.
And where
That's
our money
bullshit,
goes. Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
These people, and I know some of these people are great people, and I feel for their children, and I understand why they want to come here, and I get all that. I totally get it. But the reality is, this is America. This isn't a world. This isn't the world homeless shelter. And these people are going to have to go back where they came. And that means we're going to have to round them up. We're going to have to put them on an airplane, and we're going to have to send them fucking home. All right. And that's going to be a very hard thing for most Americans to like accept when they're watching it happen, because there's going to be crying and it's going to be disruptive and it's going to be emotional. And it's also reality of what needs to happen.
It has to happen. And it's not just people from Mexico that are coming, right? He's talking about
No.
Russian, right?
In fact, bro,
that's the thing,
people
when
from Mexico have been coming here for fucking 100 years. No one actually gives a fuck if the Mexicans are here.
Especially they show up and
yeah. Let's be
work
real.
really hard.
That's right. They're good people.
Yeah.
They contribute. They end up becoming citizens, and they're a big part of our economy. And actually, dude, we love our Mexicans.
Welcome.
But
Tacos,
yes,
bro.
but these people from China and Russia and Western Africa and all these other places, bro, they got to go. They got to go. All right? Like, that's reality.
And the thing is, you got to just send them back to. Look, we don't know where they all go. You're talking about put them on a plane and send them home. Like, I don't even care. Like, if they came from Mexico, Mexico needs to deal with the fact that they let them all in and then shoved them across the border. Like, no, you go back to Mexico, they can deal with that.
Yeah, well.
Right? And they're going to learn real quick, ooh, we don't want to do that anymore.
We should stop allowing that to happen.
Yeah, for
That's right.
sure.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
We fly them all back over the border and we put them right back there. And
Like,
then we,
good luck. Maybe
it
you
is
shouldn't
what
do
it
this
is.
next time.
I agree.
Consequences have impacts.
Yep.
That's
I agree,
shit,
dude.
man. Guys, jump in on this conversation. Let us know what you guys
I like
think.
that idea better than my idea.
All right,
I
there
like
you go.
that a lot better.
All right,
like
let's
that's
do
a
it.
lot cheaper too.
It is a lot cheaper. Yeah, I was thinking of those plane tickets to Russia and China.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
Yeah, they're not going to take
send
those
them to
people.
Mexico.
They're not going to take those people.
No.
So dude, that's a great idea. Just put them right back over there and let them deal with it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, because I mean, I think that would be the challenge, right? Because a lot of these border crossers, when they come to the border, they're ditching all of their IDs and passports, and like
For sure.
so it's going to be hard to actually.
There's
tell
another
where
thing that's
they go.
happening too. As those people come across the border, they're being registered to vote Democrat, just so you know. Right there on the fucking spot. Okay? So when you guys wonder why Biden smirks and he laughs and doesn't give any shits about the stuff that he does, it's because he knows that he has 40 to 50 million votes on day one that are already coming in without him having to do shit.
Yep.
That's why he doesn't care about campaigning. That's why they can put him in his basement. That's why he's not doing debates. That, like, you guys are not understanding the game that these guys play.
Don't have to.
And the conservative side, the Republican side, isn't playing the same game. They're saying, oh, that's cheating. That's actually not cheating because it's allowed by the law. And until you play the same game that's allowed by the law, meaning early voter registration, mail-in votes, all the shit, you're going to continue to fucking lose.
Mm-hmm.
If people really care about this next election in their neighborhoods, in their communities, they will get engaged in the actual voting process. They will get engaged in registering votes. They will get engaged in ballot harvesting. They will get engaged in all this shit that should be illegal but isn't, that the other team is doing.